Hey guys, so welcome to this new video, and in this video we are going to see that how we can find out the factorial of a number. So factorial basically is an operation of multiplying any natural numbers with all the natural numbers that are smaller than it. So basically if I give you an example, say we want to find out what is factorial 5. So 5 factorial would be 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So whatever value it is, it's 120 by the way. So whatever value you get, that's the factorial of the number. Similarly, if I say I have to find out the factorial of 10, so what is 10 factorial? So 10 factorial is 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So whatever value you get, that's 10 factorial for you. So let's write the program for this. So first of all, we'll take the input from the user, and for that we'll use scanner. In Java we use scanner for taking input. So now that we create an object scanner class and we provide it with system.in as the constructor value so that it can allow us to take inputs. Now what we'll do is we'll take an integer number and we'll take scanner dot next int so that we can take input from the user, and the user can easily use our program to find n number of factorials for any number that they want to enter. Now we'll have the condition. The first condition is we'll check if the number is already 1. If the number is already 1, the factorial of that number is going to be 1 only. So either we return num, or in our case we can do is we can just print it. So we'll just system.out.println the value, which is the number. So I'll just write the factorial of number is 1. Now in the else case, if the number is not 1, what we'll do is we'll take an temporary number and assign the value of our input number to it, and we'll check if the temporary value is greater than 0. Now while that number is greater than 0, what we are going to do is we're going to take a fact value and we'll assign it as 1 initially. And then what we'll do is, unless the temporary number is 0, what we'll do is we'll assign fact is equal to fact into temp, and then we'll do temp minus minus. So what we'll do is we'll decrement temp by 1. So what we are doing here is we are going through from the number till 1, and we are multiplying each of the number and storing the value in the fact variable. Right, now when that loop is done, we'll have the factorial value in the fact variable. So what we'll do is we'll just print that fact variable, and that would give us the factorial of the number that we have input. Now let us see this in action. So now let's try and run that code that we have written, and we'll take first input as 5. So we see that okay, factorial of 5 is 120. Let's take another input which is 10. So 10 factorial is 3628800. 3 factorial is 6. 4 factorial is 24. 5 factorial is 120, that we have already seen. So as you see guys, we have written a program for factorial. Now this particular program works with just using the simple function and not using recursion. So there is another way of doing the same thing using recursion. So let's try and do that way. Factorial by another way, and what we'll do here is we'll just create a method factorial with an input as an integer variable, and we'll just create a public static method which we can directly call through the main function, and we'll name it factorial and give it an integer input. Now when we will have the same condition, if the number is equal to 1, we'll return as it is, which is 1. We'll just write return 1. Now it might give an error because we haven't added the return type as integer. Now in the else case, what we'll do is we'll return num into factorial of num minus 1. So that's basically recursively calling the factorial function inside the factorial function itself. And what we'll do is we'll just catch the value of factorial, whatever it returns in the end, in a fact variable, and just print it as the factorial of the number which is given us as an input. So we'll just write factorial of number is fact. Now let's try and run this. So guys, let's run this for say 5, and as you see the output is 120. Now let's run it for 6. So 6 is 720, the factorial of 6 is 720. Now let's run this for 3. That's correct. 3 for factorial for 3 is 6. 10, the factorial for 10 is right. We have seen that before with the other approach. So now as you see, it's working fine. So these are the two approaches by which you can write a program for finding out factorial of a number with recursion or without recursion. So that's it for today, guys. So I hope you like the video, and do like the video if you like what we are doing, and if you understand how we are teaching different programs to you. And also to subscribe, share these videos with people you know and whom this could be knowledgeable to. And do let us know what kind of videos or what kind of programs do you want us to cover. And welcome to Code to Learn.